be like almost like a white light.
Why didn't you get a white bulb?
Because it's now in the bathroom.
The white bulb is in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Why don't you buy a new bulb?
I just haven't gotten it yet. So let's see what happens now. I think it's on. I see me there, but that doesn't mean anything.
Oh, it just came
Oh, good. It just came on. Perfect. So let me mute this and we will...
Okay, but I'm still going to show you my...
What is that crazy kid doing?
Talking to herself?
Yeah, probably.
Having a great time.
Hey, there we go. What's up, everybody? Come on in.
Oh my God, you didn't
they're
even tell
already
them that
here.
you were going to do something. They're here anyway.
I said I was gonna, but I never posted the link. I like this.
Come, I can't find my...
Let me see if I can get it up here real quick.
Listen, ready? Oh, damn it, doesn't play the whole thing? Come on.
What is it?
That's my ringtone.
Oh.
But is it only going to play like the 4 hits? That's it? That's all you're going to show me? Here it is. Ready? Okay. This is my...
Hola!
It's thinking.
¿Cómo está, amigos?
Ah.
Hello, everybody.
Ah.
Nice, Max. You made it to 40 subs. Congratulations. Welcome to Touchdown Tuesday, everybody.
Alright, in any hour now, this will go off and you'll get to hear what my new ringtone is.
Any hour now?
Yeah, it's pretty mad right now.
All right. So I am just going to throw this link out. Let's see here. Here we go. Sweet. So, welcome. So this is going to be one of our regularly scheduled shows. So let's see if I can do what I need to do here. There we go.
Okay.
Yes, so this is going to be one of our regularly scheduled programs. Good night for choices. It is, Coach. It is a great night for choices right now. And I have the camera turned around so I can read the chat because I need my computer to do what we need to do tonight. So, as promised, little Touchdown Tuesday. I'm sure it will get a little more popular. There wasn't a huge announcement about it. It's been very loose. But it'll be, I hope, a weekly stream. Unless something comes up.
I'm ready.
Maybe we do a different day, but hopefully a weekly stream. We are going to talk, obviously we're going to talk about the Patriots because we live in New England, which could very well lead to us talking about the AFC East to a certain degree because we do have a couple of Bills fans out there in the audience.
Yeah.
So that'd be okay. But then we will turn our attention to the NFL in general. And then we will wrap up with some of our thoughts about fantasy football. And maybe like, we were talking about like players that maybe you want to stream, players you don't want to stream, people you should watch, people you probably dump. And if you're like me, one of my teams is a dumpster fire right now. So it's going to be, I think, Crazy Carl's blowout sale. And it's not wacky inflatable men. It's like wacky, really not good streaming fantasy football players.
Can look at
so
that, and if anybody wants to hear our opinion on their team,
so there are quite a few people in the Discord that I belong to that are actually like they are rabid like fantasy football players, and they follow this stuff. Coach is in here; he's one of them. So I'm sure we will get some input. Him and I talked through messaging, and he actually made a really good suggestion. So now I've got a couple of good bench players that would be good for my subs that replaced a couple of players that are doing not very well that I had. So, all right. So, well, let's get into it. Let's talk some Patriots news, right? So that'll be first and foremost.
Yeah, I figured we could talk about the most recent game every week as long as they're not on bye, which they are not.
No, they are not.
And the most recent game was probably the most exciting game for non-Patriots fans out of the whole year because it was the return of Tom Brady on another team.
It has been, so if you watch the NFL, they're always talking about their ratings are like in the tank. It's been the second highest rated game since 2007, I think it was. It got like a 70% market share, which is incredible. It was rated, the only thing that beat it out, or at least around here, was I think the games where they were going for the perfect season. So
Hey, Thug.
wherever that was. What? Did we have a thug?
Thugesta is here.
Oh, I missed her
She
name.
said,
Sorry.
"What? I'm gonna go video bomb."
Yeah, right. So, hello everybody. Welcome in. If you're just getting here, hit the like button. Yeah. So next to the Patriots, I guess perfect regular season and nearly perfect whole season, and that Super Bowl. I think it was that Super Bowl. I heard it today on the radio. Last night's game was like the second highest rated.
And when you say
game,
last night,
so-
you mean 2 nights ago.
What are we on here?
Today's Tuesday.
Right, I'm way a day off. Tuesday, right. So
I wish-
2 nights
yeah.
ago. 2 nights ago. That's how that went. Esther says you need to smile.
I'll try. It's hard to, when I think about what happened on Sunday night, it's hard to smile as a Patriots fan.
It is.
I did feel
It
pretty good
is.
about it. I mean, like, the Patriots looked okay. They looked better than they have been. It looked more like they were put together. I assume that that's because we were facing a quarterback that our coaches were super familiar with. So they game planned for him so it looked like they really had their act together, but I don't know that will continue in the future. I hope so. It looked good.
Probably their best game yet. They were very well organized. Their
Yeah, they looked like
execution-
a cohesive team.
Yeah, I would say that, there were a lot of people, at least around here, that thought the Patriots would be like, like a 10-7 team, maybe 11-6. I think they'll be lucky to win 7 games, personally.
I was gonna say they'll be lucky if they're 500.
I think we can squeak out at least 6 wins. I foresee 6 wins happening. Beyond that, I don't know. That's going to be a tough sell.
I do expect. Well, okay. I expected before the season began that we would be 3rd in the AFC East. But
Yes.
with the injury of Tua Tagovailoa in Miami, I think that there's a good chance that we could potentially squeak to 2nd.
Maybe 2nd place.
I
Maybe.
definitely think the Jets are the worst. So
Oh, the Jets are by far the worst.
they're gonna stay down there. So we're like in a 2-3 kind of deal. The Bills are gonna whoop us.
The Bills are going to stop whooping everybody.
But we stand a chance to get in the playoffs. I do think, not highly seeded, but I think we stand a chance.
So there is rumor of maybe Jamie Collins coming back since he's gotten released.
Yeah, I did hear that, but
Right?
didn't he get in a fight with Bill before he left?
He did. So I don't know if that's going to happen. But if he did
Sometimes
come
he
back,
does straighten out players like that.
man.
That would be nice. So
Oh.
So I
Would that
pulled
be
up
nice?
like who was inactive in the game from.
No, just kind of
Is Brian a Bills fan? 'Cause-
Brian Case. Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with you, Brian. They should be in first.
Yeah.
Sam, I know you're from
Listen,
Canada.
they have not had really a good winning team in a long time.
No,
and the
they-
Patriots always took it to
They've
them.
been
So
really good for like 3 years.
I can't blame them for being
No.
like, yes, we're in first.
No,
Like,
I'm with them.
I
I'm with them. I
was
support the Bills.
the exact same way when the Patriots first started winning. So
I literally almost jumped ship to the Bills last year, so I get you.
there was an injury.
Yeah, so
One of their free agents, right? They signed. Who was the lineman?
I'm looking at the list of who was inactive for the game that I actually kind of care about. Trent Brown. Trent Brown.
It's like Trent Brown.
Yeah, and then I also thought it was interesting that we're still keeping Ramondre Stevenson in the
Which
doghouse.
I don't know why.
Well, he's a rookie
I mean,
and
for
he
the fumble.
Right.
The fumble,
He's
yeah.
but he did so good in the preseason. But what's insane is, like, we don't have James White. Why we didn't activate him? Does he really need to be in the trash? Being that we almost killed J.J. Taylor last week, I wouldn't be surprised if Ramondre Stevenson comes back.
James White's done for the year, too,
yeah,
now.
James. Yeah, he had
He's
that
got that
hip subluxation.
Hip subluxation, so like
which is like it
the
popped
muscle.
out.
Isn't that when the muscle tears off the bone?
I thought it was like, you know, like at Thanksgiving when you pop the turkey leg and it goes.
That
right
may
up.
have happened, but I think that
No, thank you.
subluxation is. I think the muscle tears off the bone.
Let me just put it this way.
So like,
It is the same injury that threw Ryan Fitzpatrick on IR.
oh,
So, and
wonderful.
he's still out.
This is wonderful.
And they're both
all good news,
older,
all the way around.
So, yeah.
Let me see. Trying to call up the chat here on the second
Yeah, so,
thing over
so
here.
as far as us, and then for the Buccaneers, I was happy that Gronk.
Gronk.
But my biggest one that I was happy was out was JPP.
Yes.
When I heard
Yes.
that JPP was out of the game,
Is
I was
he
like, we
hurt?
stand a chance. I don't know what was wrong. I think it's like a 1 week outage, but I'm like, thank God, because you know that this clown's got
Oh
like
my
a
God.
9-foot wingspan.
Well, that and let's face it, the Patriots have not been very good on the offensive line, holding off the D line from basically blasting through. I think, if I am not mistaken, the stat I saw was the Bucs blitzed more than 50% of the time, which is why Mac was on his backside so much during that game. So that problem isn't just the offensive line, though. The
No.
problem really is Mac Jones to a large degree because he's a rookie. So as he's going through his reads and his progressions, he's not doing it as fast as a veteran. He's still learning about the NFL and the playbook and defenses, which are vastly different than college. So he holds on to the ball a lot longer than what he should.
Yeah, but not on
Part
Sunday
of
night.
it is that the offensive line we need an upgrade.
Well, I think it's also
So-
it's a matter of like what they're telling him as far you can tell that he's being directed all over the place. He's learning a whole new system, and he's they kept talking on. No good.
Not what I was expecting. Sorry.
Anyway.
I'll explain this in a minute.
So I feel like I'm watching Mac Jones try to process, and they keep discussing
Yes.
how he's like super intelligent. He's like
Yep.
a 4.0 student.
Yep.
Like you can see his brain is like filled with all. They're trying to figure out what works for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what they did on Sunday night, but it seemed to be, for me, they gave him a little bit more of the reins to read the D's.
Yep.
And he did a pretty good job with it.
I
He
think
was
he
reading
did really
coverage,
well.
and he was like, I don't know if you were watching at the time where they were showing his release times against Brady, and he was right there with. He was in fast.
I went to
faster
bed
than Brady.
about, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes into the third.
Yeah, I could
Because
not
I got to
fall
get up
asleep.
at like
I was
4:30,
I was
so I'm
amped.
like, ugh.
But they did an analysis of like how many
Really?
seconds in between he was like ahead of Brady. And
He was really? Because
Yeah.
Brady has less than a 3-second release usually.
Yeah, he was like 2.38.
Wow,
I think
really?
that's what I saw on the TV. It was quick. He did look good. Like watching the game without them ever doing that analysis,
Yeah.
you could tell because there was like, I don't know. I think I only screamed at the TV like 3 times. Where I was like, "Let the ball go!" Like,
Throw it!
yeah,
Throw
no, he
it!
did pretty good. And at least like Brady does a lot of. I'm throwing it in your general direction so that it's not intentional grounding. But
Oh, right.
he was doing that. Like he's learning that
Yes.
system.
You know what worked for him was the short game.
Yeah.
Instead of letting him try to heave that ball 15 or 20 yards, those 10-yard and under passes were like where it's
Definitely.
at.
And he was like spot on. There was a lot
He
of
was.
stuff. His like a couple of almost interceptions and an interception. When I was watching, I was my mother's
Like-
sitting there watching it with me. She's going, "Oh my God, I can't believe he threw it." I said that was John
That's
Smith's fault.
right.
Like it's not his fault.
Catch that thing.
It hit him right in the dang hands. Like it's not that he missed him.
So that
It looked promising as a Patriots fan, but it did break my heart to
how
watch
many
the rest of the
interceptions?
game.
4?
In
Did
the
he have
game.
another 4 in the game?
I think he only had one.
One. It's just that one. So that interception, if I'm not mistaken, and I was actually on. For those of you that 7 or less yard.
He had one
passes, yeah.
interception.
He had one interception. So For those of you that may or may not have watched, I was on with Anthony the Mola Man live on his Instagram for like 3/4 of that game. And as soon as it happened, one of the first things, because my TV feed was about 4 or 5 seconds ahead of his, and once the play went by, the first thing I said is that is like the 3rd or 4th time in the last 2 games that he's thrown a ball to a receiver, and it's literally gone into the receiver's hands, and they've had like stone fingers.
Yeah. The only thing I can say about Sunday night,
I'm like, man,
we're so close to Foxborough, I would have thought it was the same. But visibly on the TV, it looked like it was pouring in Foxborough.
It was absolutely pouring.
It was
in
not
Foxborough
pouring here.
And I said that multiple times.
Like,
it
how many
was
miles away?
like
15 miles. Like,
soaking rain up there.
right. So I think that had a huge impact on.
But the week before, how many of those balls were like here? And they were like,
yeah,
3 interceptions,
and
2 of them.
But
like
I do
that.
think that from week 3 to week 4, I noticed that it felt like Mac was hitting them a little bit less, because some of the balls that Mac's been throwing early now have been like rockets.
Yes.
So like
he's a very strong lad.
They're hitting him in the hands, but like it's at 90 miles an hour, so it
Yes.
bounces like
Yes.
a basketball. Like I get it.
does.
He's like he's right in the right spot, but it's too hard. So
he does throw the ball
these
very
throws looked
hard.
a little better. I don't know if that was the rain. Like if he slipped a little bit, it still went. But
maybe.
they look pretty good. So I have hope for that. But
It was nice to see Henry get involved finally.
yeah,
Finally, I got rid of him in one of my leagues. I was like, see ya.
No, as a fantasy football player, I wouldn't want to touch Jonnu or Hunter Henry with a 10-foot pole because, well, it's Bill Belichick's offense. So who's gonna catch the ball? Who knows? I don't even want a Patriot. Maybe I want the Patriots defense on a weekly stream or something. But like there's not one player in New England that I'm like, yes, let's get him and start him.
Exactly.
Like, no, we're not there.
Sam says he needs better sticky gloves.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
I bet the sticky gloves work better when it's not wet. So.
Interesting stat, at least at the beginning of the game, which I looked up, and you can look it up on the NFL website under their stat tracker area, was Mac Jones not only had the most sacks in the league, but he was averaging like 10 yards a sack. His per sack loss of yardage was like 10.7.
Well, because he did, like, you see him flee backwards.
He does. He's like, oh no,
Yeah.
here they come.
But
I gotta back up.
Sometimes he surprises me, and he'll run. You know, maybe it's because we watched Tom Brady for 20 years not being able to run.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes he runs out the back, and then he squeaks out the side, and
Squeaks
I'm
out
like,
the
whoa,
side,
I
like,
got
hey.
this guy. How about that?
All right, Fury. Fury did. He was associated with wrestling, hence the name.
I see that.
Yeah, like some really cool wrestling stuff.
So-
Yeah. So going forward, what's their schedule going forward?
Well, next week we're playing the Texans.
The Texans,
and I'm
right?
Amped.
Oh, I can't wait.
I hope it's.
That's a
another-
winnable game for them.
If they don't win the game,
That's a very winnable game.
I need to switch. I need to switch. I'm.
Heads up, Buffalo! You have an incoming fan.
Here I come. Good.
Coach, make some room. You and Brian K. make some room.
Davis Mills.
Wow, yeah, I know.
I'm pumped. I do have the New England defense in my other league.
Oh, you do?
And this is going to be the best week of their life.
Oh, 100%.
This is gonna be the great-
This is a great week to have the New England defense.
Yeah, Davis Mills. I might as well put a marshmallow on.
Who
him as
has the
quarterback.
Jets in Jacksonville this week? I don't have my.
I'm gonna pull them up, but anyway. So are we done talking about the Patriots?
Yeah, we can be done talking about the Patriots.
All right,
Nobody
so-
wants to listen to the Patriots
I don't
for
know,
an
but-
hour.
Long story short, I knew we weren't gonna make a 56 or 57-yard field goal in the rain.
Oh my God, no.
But my heart,
No.
for a hot second, I was like, Nick,
Inches.
good luck.
Inches.
He did really.
He
It wasn't
did
his
awesome.
fault.
No.
But when it went there and it didn't even make like the
I saw
ding
the
sound,
replay of it.
it
I'm
made
like,
like a
oh,
gong.
It
was like-
does.
And you're like, oh my God, it's gonna make it. Boom! And I'm like, oh, what? Oh,
No.
all of my dreams
Mic drop.
crushed. Yeah, it was terrible.
I did just say sack goes to mom. We're talking about sacks.
Football sacks.
Football.
Uh-huh. So
Football.
So
stats.
anyway, the Patriots. Hopeful that next week is much better, but.
Oh gosh, fingers crossed.
Yeah. So the first game actually, do you want to go in my order that I set up? I want to go in
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so what I thought we could talk about next is news in the NFL and if we actually care at all.
Yes, so let's see if we
So
actually
I
care
really
about
see,
this.
I see a couple of things that maybe would be 3 things that might be worth making a comment on. One is that I saw this when I was at home today, coming across the NFL Network, is that Mike Tomlin, the head coach of the Steelers, made a comment that Ben Roethlisberger is absolutely the right quarterback. For that team. He looks like
garbage.
His foot is stuck in a toilet drain. Like he's just not. He's not. He's so bad. I always have thought that he was like he must be wildly talented because the man is so out of shape. And he stands there and he just looks like a big floof.
Well, he's always been a big floof.
Yeah.
Always.
That's what I mean.
But at least I think when he was younger, he had the young muscle that could carry that floof
what I'm
around.
saying is, he
and
must
now
be
he's
so
old and beat up.
He must be like the greatest arm that ever existed because
I would assume
the rest of his body does not make up for that. So like his talented arm must be, or his brain must be there. But he does not. He's trash.
As of 5:49, Jamie Collins is set to sign with the Patriots. Wow!
For a third stint. That means that we've hated him twice.
Yes, that's right.
It'll be good. I mean,
wow.
we have a lot of good defensive signings, so
that's going to be great.
That'll be exciting as long as he can keep his ego in check with Bill Belichick.
You know what? I half wonder if
Matt Patricia's back. Maybe that's
that and I half wonder if we're going to see them dump Gilmore when Gilmore comes back because I think it literally just updated now.
It did.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that Gilmore coming back halfway through the season, he'll be willing to take a pay cut to at least stay with us for this year.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So
that's one of the reasons why he left before.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It'll make sense.
Was the pay cut.
So
the Chiefs added Josh Gordon, which was incredible.
Oh yeah.
To the 53-man roster.
Do not.
He's on the practice squad.
Nobody
right now,
buy into that. He's broken my heart 3 times.
Yeah, I don't.
He joined for us and he did good for a week.
I don't think you're going to see him off the practice squad.
No, if you were in a dynasty league, it might be worth adding him, but I wouldn't add him in a redraft. I wouldn't be interested in him. He might get one. The only thing is, keep in mind, the only receivers that are doing anything in Kansas City would be Travis Kelce, which he doesn't. I mean, he's not a receiver, but he catches a lot of balls.
He kind of is.
Tyreek. And everybody else is worthless.
Yep,
because
we've had hit or miss.
Right, we've had spots of Byron Pringle being good.
Hardman's been good once.
Right. So Josh Gordon is definitely a better talent, but definitely not this week.
No, they're saying he's going to play this Sunday.
He's going to play this week, but I wouldn't.
He's not going to learn the playbook that fast.
I'm not worried. I wouldn't want him.
I doubt it.
It's too much of a dice roll. I wouldn't.
Oh, so while she's getting on to her next news thing, this is tonight's choice of beverage here. Dutch cherry. Right? So this is a chocolate Duchess cherry. Douches.
And you not.
Authentic chocolate cherry.
It's a chocolate douche, everybody.
It's a chocolate cherry ale. And where the heck does it come from? So, 6.8 by volume. Oh, it's from Belgium. Anyways, try that because it was the flavor surprised me. When I heard chocolate cherry, I was expecting like that dark, almost like stout taste, and it's not. It definitely has a fruity taste to it, but
it finishes sour.
It does finish sour, which is what surprised me. With the chocolate at the end.
Yes. Like you get the cherry at the beginning.
Yeah, so
it finishes sour with the chocolate at the end.
Ooh, and I have some surprise and yet exciting news for Tin Can Thursday because I ordered my box.
Oh,
they don't know about the box.
Save that.
So I'm going to explain the box to them on Thursday.
Yeah. So, anyway. The only other I saw. Oh, I'm not connected to your internet.
What?
That's a lie. Yes, I am.
Yeah, you are.
The only other news that I see that I actually don't care is that the Bears picked up a wide receiver, Jakeem Grant. I don't care.
Really?
I don't care.
That's
I don't
okay.
care.
They said Marshawn Lynch named first ever NFLPA Chief Brand Ambassador.
I think he's hysterical, but I don't care. He's retired.
I'm
What's he
like-
mean to me? He means nothing.
Oh, man. So, you know what is interesting, though, is reading the headline about the Jaguars. So, the Jags ownership is talking about how Urban Meyer, they have to...
Oh, Jesus.
He's
Yeah,
got to earn their trust back now. They were all about Urban Meyer. He gets in there, within 4 weeks, he has totally blown it all out of the water.
You
Now
know-
they're like, well, they got to earn his
Your
trust back.
first 4 weeks of play, regardless of the fact that he went into a bar without
Oh,
his
man.
wife,
Well, that's a whole other story, but...
should have rescinded your trust.
The first 2 weeks.
Yes. So
That thing's like a train off the rails.
I'm waiting for
Talk
them
about
to sell
derailed
the
train.
Jaguars to London. That's what I'm waiting
Oh,
for.
that would be so cool to have a couple teams across the pond. Road trip. Touchdown Tuesday from the UK. Oh, that would be... And now we are here with Her Royal Majesty, the Queen.
Yeah, she's gonna care a lot. All right. So, anyway,
Ooh. The
Like that.
Rams head coach, Sean McVay, wants to get Robert Woods more
no, I don't care.
opportunities.
I don't care about any of
Do
that
you
other
believe
stuff.
in that, though?
Yeah, Robert Woods is fantastic. Of course, he should get more
But they-
opportunities.
yeah, but they haven't... They've hardly thrown to him this year.
No, they have, but I mean, it's Matt Stafford. He needs to start throwing because otherwise
Matt
he's gonna get
Stafford.
his butt.
Can you
creamed to the
believe
turf.
how well they're doing, all things considered, with Matt Stafford?
Yeah, I really last
Like-
year when they said they traded for Matt Stafford, I was like, this is a joke, right? Like you made a lateral trade, like
Right.
Jared Goff and Matt Stafford, they both suck.
And now Matt Stafford gets over there and he actually looks okay.
But
some
for
of the time,
fantasy,
but-
Jared Goff has been fantastic,
Yeah,
even
That-
though they suck. So there's that.
and I would start, if you do not have Charger players already, I would start trying to pick some up if they're available. The Chargers are gonna be
Let's talk
a
games.
beast.
Let's pull up some. We'll pull up games and we'll pull up
Games.
some
We wanna
depth
talk
charts and
games.
people that we
Yes.
care about. First one is the Rams at the Seahawks on Thursday night.
ooh, Rams at the Seahawks, huh?
Yeah, the Seahawks have been doing not well.
At all. So I would definitely want the Rams defense.
Oh, I wanted
100%.
I wanted the Rams defense in the draft. Are you kidding me?
This is very true.
Aaron Donald, give me.
Yes.
Give
yes.
me the Rams defense.
Where's my
No, if I was gonna pick a defense this week, it's probably like us playing the Texans.
Texans, I would take that. Who's playing the Jets? Who's on the Jets there on your list of games? Let's see. The Jets.
Falcons.
The Falcons.
I wouldn't want to
I'd stay
jump
away
into
from
that.
there. And the
Let's see.
Jaguars, the Titans.
The Titans might eat the Jaguars
I think
alive.
so. I mean, I think almost anybody's going to eat them alive.
The Vikings will probably eat the Lions, so that would be worth your time.
Hi, Christina.
But as far if we're starting to
Hey,
talk
Nicholas.
fantasy, when I pull up, our league is
Buffalo.
famous for who's Buffalo, playing?
Buffalo, I don't know. I got to look.
The Chiefs? Nope.
The Bu-
I would stay away from both of those
yes,
in my heart.
Yes.
That's gonna be a shootout.
Although the Raiders at the Bears.
Oh yeah.
That may be one. So you know what? Speaking of the Raiders, interesting fact. Before the Tampa game the other night, Tampa and the Patriots, there was only one quarterback ahead of Tom Brady in passing yardage on the year. Derek Carr.
Yeah, Derek Carr.
By like 280 yards.
Yeah.
I was like baffled.
In fact, last night I watched the game last night and I thought that it was they made an impressive effort. They really did.
Oh yeah, they were great.
I mean, not at the beginning they weren't.
Well, by
But
the
they
end
really
of the
rallied
game,
back.
they
It
were,
was a
yeah,
game.
it was
I was
quite
impressed.
a game. I thought they were.
I mean, it
good.
broke my heart because I was playing against Austin Eckler and I only needed him to not outscore his projection by more than 4, and he did it by like 18.
0.01.
No, he did it by like 18
Did he really?
points.
Oh my
He
God.
creamed me.
Oh,
So-
in my other, not in our league, but in my other league, I lost by like 68 points or something stupid like that. It was a beating. Buffalo all the way.
You playing the Buffalo defense in fantasy? I mean, good luck,
Coach.
man. I hope so. Maybe they'll play Josh Gordon right off.
I don't know, Coach.
Right off of the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Although, If you got the Chargers, I would definitely take their defense against the Browns. If we're talking defenses,
Well, so if they're talking about that Buffalo defense, there's a chance that that could be a really low scoring game. That might be like a real shootout. You might get to halftime and it's 3 or 6.
I would be curious because I always feel defenses will give you more points if they can cause more turnovers.
Yes.
Right?
So those are So in our scoring,
and those are guaranteed points.
Yeah, those are guaranteed points.
So,
and then the other points are scored by the range that they've allowed.
Yes.
So if it's a really low scoring game, like in our league, they start with 10 points.
Yeah.
And then I think an interception's 1 point, a fumble recovery is I don't know. If they're all
point, and then if they recover the ball and run it back, that's worth 6 or something like that, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I could look it up, but it's all dependent on your league. But those are guaranteed points versus the ranges of the score are not guaranteed. So as you watch the game go up and up and up, the guaranteed points go lower and lower.
Lower and lower.
So.
Yep. Let me see. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to find a good list
Of what?
of players on my.
I would pull.
Hold on. Let's see. What else do we got here? Packers at the Bengals.
Well, if you looked at each one, you're thinking the Rams, obviously who are you going to play that's a Ram, right? So if we pull up the Rams depth chart, you're going to do the people that you're always going to do. There's nobody. I mean, Stafford, if he's your quarterback, you're probably stuck with him, right? Cooper Kupp burned you, I think, last week. I do not have him.
I believe he did.
But that I would never sit him. So you're going to still
So-
play him. Desean Jackson, he's probably a waiver wire pickup this week. I wouldn't be interested in him because I know he gets injured by blowing on him.
He falls down once and he's done.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Robert Woods, and then I would be playing Robert Woods if he was he's probably, if you have in your league, he's probably your wide receiver 2 or 3. He's probably somebody that you kind of have to play, or you might play his matchup.
And if McVay wants to get him more involved, this may be the week because they're going to need more options. So if you look at most
against
people
the
follow,
Seahawks, I'd play him.
Yeah, and since a lot of people that I know are on here use Yahoo, if you look, Cooper Kupp was ranked at 33. He's now 19, which means he's doing well enough where he's probably going to draw a lot of double coverage, which should actually allow somebody like a Robert Woods to get more action. So if you're in a PPR league and you're looking for that streaming 4th wide receiver.
Yeah, but they played against a better team last week, and he did not do well. I think it's probably because he's touchdown dependent, and I don't think he got any.
He did not.
That's it.
Right?
So
he didn't score one.
He had the most targets that he's ever had.
But no touchdowns.
Yeah, no touchdowns. So, I mean, and you would never sit him. So we're not even talking about this. You wouldn't sit him. And Van Jefferson's a total dart throw. I think he caught a touchdown last week, and he caught a touchdown 2 weeks ago, week 2.
Maybe.
So he looks really good, but I think he's fool's gold. I mean, he would be a good oh crap, I have somebody that's out. Maybe he'll catch a touchdown.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't be somebody that I'd be.
But if I didn't have Kupp and I didn't have any of them on my team, and Robert Woods was available. I've got some guy that's scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'd pick him up.
But we're not talking Woods. I'm talking about Van Jefferson. Woods is owned in almost every league. He lives 97% of Yahoo leagues. So you never get him. But Van Jefferson would definitely be somebody I'd be willing to take a flyer on, especially this week. It's a good matchup if I needed to. But there are probably other pickups that I would be more interested in.
Yeah, so for instance, I have Slayton, who's got that hamstring injury.
Yeah,
I'd like to hold on to him, but
my top pickup this week is if you already didn't pick up Kadarius Toney, that would be your answer.
That would be a great pick
if you needed a wide receiver. I think that he looked fantastic, Toney.
Oh, he looked real good last week.
But you know what? I would be a little bit I would still pick him up and play him because of the injuries to Shepard and Slayton.
Oh yes.
But
100%.
But I would ramp down your expectations based on the fact that Kenny Golladay is on that team and he just started getting work because of that. And Kenny Golladay is a fantastic wideout 1.
Be interesting to see if Golladay gets back to his
Well, he
old
did really
self,
good last week.
but he did well last
in the
week.
absence
So
of the other two.
there's some promise there going forward for him.
Yeah, for sure. So I would be looking at Tony if I was thinking that was the thing. I bet Kenny Galladay is probably owned in your leagues just based on his name. Yeah, he's owned in your league, so don't even look. But against the Cowboys defense, they haven't been doing that great either. So I would think he would be somebody that you'd put in a waiver for this week and stream him if you're having wide receiver issues.
Yeah.
For sure, that would be probably my number one wideout pickup.
Let me see my other league. Whoops.
Of course, I think we're talking to people in your other leagues, so.
Well, yeah. A few
Sorry
of them,
in
but
advance.
See, look at it's like 58-point spread. I got absolutely basted.
Yeah.
You know what? So like, I debated and I didn't do it. I picked up. Was it Patterson?
Oh, Cordero?
I picked up
You didn't play
Patterson
him?
and I left him on the bench because I
Idiot.
wasn't sure how good of a week he was going to have because I have Miles Sanders, who's been excellent for me the first 3 weeks. He's been getting me a lot of points, and I said, is Patterson really going to get more than like 15 or 16 points? The dude in my PPR league tore off 32 points.
Yeah.
And not that I would have won, but it would have at least
Okay, we always
closed the gap.
We always play the hot hand,
You know?
and Miles Sanders definitely needs to be like a stash right now.
Oh yeah, I sat him. I'm like, you're done. See ya.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, not done. I wouldn't drop him, but Cordero Patterson, I think.
He's gonna get a lot of work.
Yeah, he is because something's wrong with the Falcons.
Yes, and you're gonna see them in a
And they don't
PPR
know-
league. You're gonna see him get thrown to a lot.
Well, the thing is that they don't know what to do with him. Because if you look at Cordero Patterson, he's really tall, but he's like a little too wide to be a wide receiver. So he's not like that quick, but he's quick enough. But he's not big enough to be like a snowplow
Running back, right?
So
that's why they're gonna use him for the passing back.
and the trouble is that like they don't know what they're doing anyway.
I know, right?
There's like trash. I mean,
And
who else is available that you would actually be interested in?
I don't know. If you look at Patterson, if I'm not mistaken, I thought I had read that he was tied for the most touches on the team.
I believe it. So
Last
you've got
week.
Mike Davis as a running back, who I personally owned last year because.
Well, you did.
Well, because who did I have? Christian McCaffrey, who got injured, and Mike Davis was his backup.
Right.
So I had to play him
That's
for the whole
right.
season, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's like getting a free Christian McCaffrey." You know what? It's not like Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey.
He is like half the back that
He really is.
Christian McCaffrey would be. So the fact that they pulled a backup from another team
Yeah.
to put in as their one is insane. So, and I see Wayne Gallman's on the list too. I mean, he's always been kind of a background kind
He's
of guy.
alright.
So
The RB3
so
for sure.
you don't have any other running backs. These are your
This is
options.
it. Those two.
You got trashy Mike Davis. You've got Cordero Patterson, who just confuses the crap out of the defense. I don't know who he is.
Right.
So.
And you're going to
He's gonna
see,
do what
I
he
think
does.
you'll see Davis going forward be the ball carrier, and Patterson's going to be the ball catcher.
And he's probably like more of their third down.
Probably.
Oops,
Yep.
we better get out of this crap quick.
Yep. Send him out into the flat, or send him on like a flag, or
Because if
an
you've
up and
watched,
in.
if you've watched
Sure.
Mike Davis in years past, he's good to get you 5 yards, 6 yards maybe. But like when they really get stuffed, when they're in like a 3rd and 3 or something,
Yeah, he's not the dude.
No, he does not.
He
get
is
you
not
there.
the dude.
But then when you're looking at Calvin Ridley, I don't know how he's been doing this year. He's a good receiver, but Matt Ryan's aging. You know, I think he's more of he's a long range
How
kind of
old
guy.
is he now?
Calvin Ridley's young, I think.
No,
Oh, Matt Ryan?
Matt
I
Ryan.
think he's like 37, 36.
He's got to be in his mid to late 30s at this point, right?
Yeah, he's slowing down.
'Cause
Which
he's
is
been
terrifying
around
to
for a
me is
long
like
time.
if you look at the 32 quarterbacks in the NFL, that they are the 32 best in the world at what they do, and I'm going like, you sure?
I don't know about that. This
is the best we got going on here. So anyway, but yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the rest of the team. I mean, Kyle Pitts hasn't really turned on yet. Not interested in Hayden Hurst. That Zacchaeus or whatever his name is, that new wide receiver. And Russell Gage.
Russell Gage.
Crap. So the answer is, if you have Cordero, play him.
Play him. Which
because he's
I
really
am.
the only thing that's working for them right now.
Which I am. I do have, between both my leagues, I have Tim Patrick, who has done okay. This was his first down week. He did have
Teddy
3.
Bridgewater got hurt.
Yeah, so he had 3 of 6 for 39 yards with no touchdown. I would suggest sitting him for a week because you don't know, first of all, if Bridgewater's going to play, and I would say it's not looking really good right now, which would lead me to believe that you don't know how much work, if you have him, he's going to get.
Yeah, but the Steelers have been sucking on defense.
They have.
So I would be willing to play him if you had an injury, perhaps.
I don't.
I mean,
but
I would hope that if you picked up Tim Patrick 2 weeks ago, which is probably what you did.
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks ago, yeah.
I would hope that
Sure did.
you didn't draft him before that. You know what I mean? So you're relying on him. I would hope that you really don't have. You have better receivers, is what I'm saying. But
yes.
But I would be willing to play him this week.
What's your opinion
especially
on
if Teddy plays?
Sammy Watkins?
I hate Sammy Watkins.
Well, outside of not liking him.
No, I really do hate him.
Why?
If we're gonna be serious.
He's well in PPR leagues. He's done well.
Okay,
10 to 15.
But have you seen Hollywood Brown?
Oh well, this is very true.
So you know what? I'm not interested in the Lizard King.
The Lizard King. I'm forever gonna call him the Lizard
Dude,
King.
he told reporters that he thought he was superhuman, like he was some kind of reptilian solar being. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. He's a Lizard King though. He's gonna
have like 3 good weeks all year. Somebody's gonna try to trade for him, somebody's gonna drop him, you're gonna pick him up, you're gonna play him, and it's gonna break your heart.
I have him in one league. He's riding the bench for me.
No, I
haven't played him
drop
yet.
him.
I have not played
Trash.
him. Nobody else around.
How about Tony?
Gone.
Okay, let's look at who else is available.
You know who I did have, who I still have?
Jamison Crowder. 100%.
Is he available in our league?
Yes, sir.
He is? Really?
Mm-hmm. And so is Tony in our league. If I was picking up wide receivers, I literally am looking at this list. I would pick up Josh Gordon or Randall Cobb above him. In fact, I'd pick up Randall Cobb before I'd pick up Josh Gordon.
I'm not touching Josh Gordon with a 10-foot pole.
I mean, you might be... If you picked him up this week, there's a chance that he might score a touchdown like next week, once.
Maybe?
He might be
Maybe.
Like if you were playing like a daily fantasy or something and he was like real cheap and you had nothing else. Like,
although at this point, I think I would be inclined to pick up Josh Gordon in place of this man here, Terrence Marshall Jr., because he ain't done jack this year.
Well, that's because DJ Moore is Sam Darnold's best friend.
Oh yeah, and that's the only person getting fed.
Yeah, the answer is.
But I picked him up with the hope of maybe he's gonna they'll stop throwing to him this week, or he's gonna get more catches. No,
it's gonna be it's DJ Moore or maybe Robbie Anderson, maybe.
But I may have to swap him out. I think.
But even this week, I wouldn't even want Robbie Anderson anymore.
No. I'm gonna scroll back. Let's see. Oh boy, what are all you people doing here? Let's see.
We're just playing games.
Take a break for a second. As we are at the 45-minute mark. This is only going to be a 1-hour show every week. So.
Well, then let's talk these transaction trends on Yahoo.
Sure.
Let's do the top 10.
Yep.
Do
you have them up?
Yep. First one is Desean Williams, running back for the Chicago Bears. That would be
Let's see
because David Montgomery is out for 5 to 6 weeks.
Ooh, what happened to him?
I didn't see the game personally, but it didn't sound good. So, 5 to 6 weeks sounds not good. And the fact that the Chicago Bears have the trash that they do at quarterback, all of them.
Like, all of them.
All 3 of them. Their running game is super important. David Montgomery was doing well, and Desean Williams has taken the full workload before when he was previously in for Kareem Hunt. When Kareem Hunt went
was
from
hurt,
Kansas City.
Yeah.
So, so we know he can handle it, and I've picked him up in years past that he's been quite good. So if you were, and running backs are hard to come by. 5 to 6 weeks is a long time. That's
a long time.
And that could get you into your playoffs. So if you're really hurting at running back, I'm on board with that.
I can't disagree.
He would be in my heart if you're having trouble with your running backs. If you're looking like week to week, and your matchups, you're not outscoring your opponent. Mostly your running backs are the lacking. I would definitely put in a waiver or a high fab value for him this week.
For sure.
Because we're at the time, I know it doesn't sound like it's only week 5.
Wow.
But, like, if you're not winning now, if you're not running for the playoffs, then you're going to lose. You're going to be out. Because it's going to come right up on you.
This is like the week you've got to be all over the whole, like, streaming players at this week to make you better.
You need to really, like,
I know it
look
sounds
at what
stupid, but
give up on everybody that sucks. Everybody
yes.
that you've been if you've been a fantasy player for 100 years and you're picking somebody based on their name, like a Robbie Anderson, and you're like, he's going to be great.
Yep.
He's going to break your heart. You need to pick up somebody.
You need to pick up somebody else.
Yeah. So, Desean Williams, A+.
I'm trying to find that on here, and I can't find
Well,
that.
I've got it, and we've only
great.
got 9 minutes.
9 minutes?
Although we didn't start at 6.
No.
So,
and we usually
the Minnesota defense, we already talked about that against the Lions.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Yeah, I guess. If
I
you're
don't
streaming
know.
a defense.
If you got to stream a defense, maybe that's the way to go.
Yeah, I would believe in them as a streaming defense. I would hope that you might have a better option. But if you don't, if you are streaming defenses, I think that's probably a quite fine play.
Yeah.
I would expect them to get, I don't know, maybe 7 points.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly.
It's better than 2.
It is, which I've been getting a lot of. So, like, I had Pittsburgh in the week 1. I was like, yes! I got the Pittsburgh defense. They're going to be great. They got me 11 points. And then week 2, they got me 2 points. And then by, like, week 3, I'm like, nope, forget it. So I'm like, well, I'll pick up the Panthers. But they've been getting, like, between 7 to 10 points every week.
Yeah,
they
could be good. But
last week, like, -4. They did so terrible this past week.
I think it's totally matchup dependent. So.
But my hope is
Panthers.
I'm going to hold on to them going forward for another week or 2 in hopes that
and don't be
help me a little bit,
fools.
so.
If you like the bye weeks are coming up, I think they start week 6.
Yes.
So start to see what you've got for your buys, and like it now might be the week to pick up your defense for next week if you're.
Now's the time.
Yeah, because they're gonna all go next week.
Now's the time.
Them. So check out who you have on buy and pick up those people that if you think you need to fill in for next week, grab them this week.
Just related to that, so real quick, injuries. Let me see. Notable injuries, right?
How about this next pickup, which is related to an injury? Samaje Perine of the Cincinnati Bengals, because Joe Mixon is injured. 100%.
Oh.
Samaje Perine has also been a good running back in the past. I don't know how long Mixon's going to be out. Probably not as long, so that's why Desean Williams is probably a better pickup if you need a running back. But Samaje Perine would be definitely worth throwing in the event that
and if
Mixon's
you
out.
have,
I think he's out this week for sure.
I'm just reading here. If you have Robbie Gould as your kicker, you need to get rid of him because he just got moved to the IR today.
I wouldn't. Kickers,
But
you could stream kickers, so
you
it's
can.
very unimportant in my heart.
Who else is here?
The next pickup that there's transaction trends would be the Raiders against Chicago. You were talking about that.
Yep.
So that would be probably I guess
Maybe.
I would definitely keep them in that order. I would think that I'd rather have Minnesota if I was
100%.
Yeah. Just because they're a better defense.
I think a lot better.
Yeah, I think.
But the matchup is what helps the Raiders.
Right.
The matchup with the Bears.
Right,
That's the dynamic there. It's not that the Raiders are really great. It's the matchup with the Bears.
The Bears are really bad.
Yes, the Bears are. Boy, you're being kind today. The Bears are really bad.
Yes.
Normally, if we weren't doing this, woo, boy, we'd be like,
I'm trying to fix my words. I usually use
fix my words.
We have a lot of cuss words that come out, and it's really difficult. I'm trying to fix them in my mind.
Let's see. I'm just trying to go through this list here, and it'd be like, Montgomery need to miss 4 to 5 weeks. What else? Teddy's in concussion protocol.
Because Teddy's so small, he's gonna get.
Teddy's like a little teddy bear.
Yeah, exactly.
Roundtree, Kenyon Drake.
Those are not injuries.
Nope. I don't know why it said. Oh, this is just
notes.
player notes, injury reports. Here we go.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. Hudson
Don't care.
Sims, no, Christian McCaffrey, of course,
Don't care.
is still.
I care about McCaffrey, Shepard. Elijah Moore, I care. That's why Jamison Crowder is important. He's the next one on the list.
Scotty Phillips, not that it matters much, but he's only on illness. Toe, chest. Carlos Hyde, if anybody has Carlos Hyde.
I don't care. James Robinson's going to get his work.
Slayton Smith. A.J. Brown.
I
AJ
care,
Brown.
but I don't. It's
so
only.
If you got A.J. Brown, he's
Tuesday.
questionable.
It's only Tuesday.
Brown
and Jones out, though.
If
If they're both out, who's left?
Right. Who is left?
Derrick Henry cannot catch.
At all.
But he's a snowplow. I would care slightly.
Kittle is questionable. Higbee is questionable. Big Ben, obviously Mixon we already talked about. Who else we got here?
T.
Higgins. Peyton Barber. Is that the same Barber? Is that all the same family?
I don't know. Peyton Barber is only relevant to me if Josh Jacobs is out, although Jordan Gruden did sing his praises and said that he did a really good job and he was going to try to get him more involved, which means that
could be good.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs has always been like one of the really high drafted running backs, and I feel that they steal his work all the time. So he's maybe, maybe he's still the top 10, but I wouldn't throw him in the top 5 for this year after his questionable status in the past 2 weeks, plus the comments from Gruden.
So Michael Thomas is obviously he's on the PUP R. Watson, NFL R. Let's see, Hamilton, Cam Akers, Achilles done, NA. The rest of NA. Where's the IR?
That's the whole.
That's the whole league. That's the whole report. Everybody else is NA, not available.
All right. I don't know why I care that Arizona versus San Francisco is on here. Maybe because they think Jimmy G's not going to play, but even if he doesn't play, I'm not. I think he's out for like 2 weeks or whatever, but I still wouldn't really be interested in playing against the 49ers.
I wouldn't worry about that.
But Kadarius Toney, just like I told you.
Yeah.
He better be. I don't know why he's listed so low. He would be my first choice if I needed a wideout this week. And then Crowder. Maybe it's because Crowder has burned me before. Just so y'all know, my team name used to be Clam Crowder because I had Jamison Crowder. And then he sucked so bad I had to drop him, so I named it Just Clams. And now Just Clams is stuck.
When did this happen? I missed that.
I don't know.
Well.
But I don't care. Why would I care? Dalvin Cook.
Well, because if Dalvin Cook goes down,
Alexander Madison's next.
Madison's next.
Not Ngwaku.
But he would get time because Madison ain't going to shoulder 100% playing
yes,
time.
He will.
No way.
Yes. If Dalvin Cook is out, Alexander Madison is Dalvin Cook B.
Which I had him
100%.
Last year and he didn't do too bad.
Exactly. And Dalvin Cook gets injured a lot.
He does.
So.
I'm just looking. Hilton, White, Landry.
The rest of these, I don't think I care. Let's see, 2, 4,
hip,
6.
hamstring. Stanley. Scotty Miller is still out with his toe injury.
I care nothing about him. The only reason you care about him is because you have some kind of sick affinity for Tom Brady still.
I like Tom Brady.
Yeah, I know you do.
He's getting me a lot of points in my other league.
You did
a lot of
2
points.
days ago.
No, he didn't. That's the first week he's had a bad week.
Shawn has a love affair with Patriots and
Tom
anybody
Brady.
that is related to Tom Brady. So
yep. Tom Brady is the man.
He picks up all of the Tampa Bay players and anybody that was a Patriot or is an ex-Patriot, and it ruins his life. So, Coach, thank you for helping him out. Let's see.
Who did I... So, just to backtrack, let me look at my roster.
He's 80 points behind, like, the pack that he's in.
Yes.
Just because he's having the best weeks of his life.
I think, let me look. So, Patrick, I was debating, and Coach was like, yep, pick him up. And who was the other one? It must have been in my other league. And I have Hardman right now in my lineup. In our league, and I don't know if I'm going to keep him. I might sit him. I'm not 100% confident. Oh, Lisa T.
I feel you.
Don't be jealous.
No, I'm not jealous.
Who is the other one? It was Patrick, and there was another suggestion he had made, and I cannot remember who it was. Was it Murray? Latavius Murray, maybe? I was debating.
If Latavius Murray isn't picked up in your league, you should probably pick him up because he's definitely going to be
I picked him up like week 2.
Yeah. Yeah. If you still have...
He's doing okay.
What's the other guy's name? What's something? I'm going to look it up. He's not.
Let's see, who's here that I've missed, because I've been looking at other stuff. So...
Okay, yeah. Tyson Williams.
Tyson Williams, yes.
Everybody thought Tyson Williams was going to be a big thing, and now they're just using all of these random pickups. Like, they gave carries to Le'Veon Bell last week.
Yes.
But they're using Latavius.
Which I was surprised.
Yeah. They're using Latavius as the bell cow, and they've decided that Tyson Williams is not worth their time. So, if you have Tyson Williams, I think it's time you can drop him. Because he's definitely... They gave work to Devontae Freeman and Le'Veon Bell.
Which I was shocked.
And they're using Latavius Murray. And so they're using all washed up running backs.
Yeah. Murray's been doing okay. He's been all right. He hasn't been terrible.
There's no... Brian K says there's no running backs left. And well, look for injuries or grab somebody that, like, you know, hopefully they don't have their handcuff. I don't know how your league's set up. Ours, we have an IR slot, so in Yahoo, they'll let you bench an out player into the IR slot, and very frequently, every week, I usually end up with an out player. So if you stash them in the IR, you can pick up just like a random running back. You can pick up like a Tony Pollard, although Tony Pollard's probably not available in your league because Zeke's been kind of wishy-washy. But you can pick up somebody like that that's a handcuff that somebody might get injured. If you're really looking, the chance that you might have is maybe San Francisco, since they're all over the place. They could use a different running back every week, so we're looking at like JaMychal Hasty might come back. I know that when Elijah Mitchell comes back, they're probably going to use him. But you might look into some of the depth that they've signed over there if you're really looking for like a Hail Mary that every running back is really picked up in your league.
Some of these people, AAU's talking that some of these people have a gambling problem.
I know that. That's all they do.
You see that? You see it scrolling?
They're not even here to listen to football.
I stand up, raise my hand, and I state I have a problem. I love it.
You should have a one night a week where you have a meeting.
Yeah, right.
It's
for all the addicts I've created, and what do? They gamble during the meeting.
Quit it, you!
Knock it off.
All right, so you missed like the last 4 of the top 10 transaction trends.
How are these?
Don't care.
Oh, I must have had extra zeros in places I shouldn't, because somebody just gambled like
$100 billion.
$100 million or something like that, and they have what, like 1.2 billion? See, Sam?
Yeah, well.
over there?
It is what it is.
Oh my God.
All right, so the last four though. Nick Folk as a kicker. Yeah, against Houston, we're gonna score 1,000,000 points.
Yeah.
So if you need a kicker this week, go ahead. Go
Folk
for it.
is probably the one to go with.
Yeah, Kenny Gainwell. As far I don't know, something up with the Eagles running backs. Why is he on the list? Is he getting dropped or added?
Ooh, I don't
Miles
know.
Sanders. Because Miles Sanders has been sucking, so then that's what it is.
He's in the transaction trend, really.
Yeah, because I told you need a bench, Miles Sanders.
Well, he's been really good for me.
I don't know who this guy is at all. Khalil Herbert. Oh, he's the next backup.
He's the next backup.
No, thank you. I only want the first backup. I don't want the next backup. And Josh Gordon, we already said we don't care. So I'm gonna give #shout out Randall Cobb 11.
Randall Cobb.
He should be 10.
Love it, Randall
not 11.
Cobb.
Randall Cobb. Well, let's discuss the fact that Aaron Rodgers refused to sign his contract unless they brought Randall Cobb back. So he's giving him work.
How have his numbers been though?
I think he might have caught a touchdown last week. They get a good matchup this week. So yeah, he got 18 points last week. 6 targets, 2 touchdowns. So
wow,
that's definitely not an every week deal, but for 6 targets from Aaron Rodgers,
I'd take it, especially if I was in a PPR league.
Yeah, 6 targets from Aaron Rodgers could get you 6 to 15 points.
6 to 15 points.
Yeah,
sure.
Depending on if they catch a touchdown or 2, if you get lucky. But it's a good matchup next week, and actually his schedule going forward looks fantastic, except for in the playoffs. So you're gonna have to figure that out later.
Who's their schedule?
Randall Cobb. Look at their matchups.
So where are we now? We're going into week 5.
Cincinnati,
right?
Chicago, Washington.
Chicago, Washington, Arizona, and
Washington's
KC would be tough. Seattle will go either way. Minnesota might be a little difficult than the Rams, but then at the end they have Chicago, Cleveland. They have actually, so out of like the rest of their games, they got 5 or 6 like cherry games for the Packers.
5 or 6.
So.
I see like 8.
Well, I think I could go wishy-washy with the Vikings. May give them a little bit of trouble. A little bit.
Yeah, the Vikings.
But they'll have trouble against the Rams. They'll have trouble against the Chiefs.
Yes,
Arizona, I don't know if they'll have trouble against it. I think Arizona's going to be a shootout.
It's going to be a huge. No, it's not going to be. It's going to be a high scoring facade.
That's what I mean by shootout. Yeah, it's going to be like a quarterbacks. If you have quarterbacks, if you have either Murray or Rodgers, that's the week to put them in because
it's gonna this
is gonna be a high scoring game now.
Yeah, the over under is gonna be like
65.
Yeah, it's gonna be at least. So it'll be great.
I need one more minute.
To gamble, probably.
145. How is this possible? It is day like 5 of the month, and you people are at 100 and some odd million.
AAU, can I cash in my $145 million?
Jeez.
Hey, you know what, guys? I'm really upset at all you regular people because I was supposed to paint Shawn's face if you guys could get the subs.
And you didn't.
And you, almost got them.
They were close. I will say they were.
And then he just totally ignored our stream
close.
that was supposed to be on the 2nd. I think it was because he was secretly afraid that you guys were gonna log in.
What was it?
It was the craft fair. I thought you were gonna do it. You didn't stream it.
Nope.
I think it was because he was afraid he might get his face painted.
No, I was running too late. I couldn't get ready for it.
Lies.
I barely made it when I did.
Lies. He would have been fine. I think he just was afraid to get his face painted, and I blame you guys.
Well, no, it had to be done by that morning.
That's what I mean.
We were gonna have it that morning.
If you had gotten the subs, I would have harassed him more. But he got there late, and I was already playing.
But if I would have gotten the subs, I would have done it anyways, even if we did it after. But they didn't do it.
Yeah.
I
know, Triton. I think you subscribed on 3 different accounts.
Yeah, he did. That's okay. I like it. Modding tools. Nope. No. Modules.
Yeah, I was ready. I had a whole plan of what I was going to paint, and it was going to be on his left eye. So it was going to be...
It was like a unicorn or something, right?
Yeah, but he said not to touch his eyelid, but I was going to be right in here. Yeah.
Like right there. So where is... All right, Let's look at the preferences.
We were that close. I can see it now. We're 2 subs.
We are eliminating. All right, I am.
He's ruining your gambling life.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
Lies.
I'm seeing it right now. I don't know what this means, but he's made that you can only gamble 10,000.
No, 100,000. 100,000. Yeah, I did put an extra 0 in there. That was the problem. No, that's. Is that 100,000? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was $1 million at a time. That was my bad. My bad. Sorry. So then this needs to be this. And then this needs to be this. There we go. Here we go. Jeez.
Okay.
Like day 5, I've done 2 streams. People got like 200 million points. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah. I don't know what he's done for you. I don't know if that happens in this direct stream that's happening now.
I don't know when it's going to happen.
He just
it
really
probably
cut
won't
off you.
happen. I took an extra 0 out.
It looked like 6 zeros.
No, there was not 6 zeros in there, although it felt like it.
Well, it seems like we're running out of our time. Nobody asked us any questions about fantasy football because they don't really care. They're just here to gamble.
No, and if they did, I would have missed it.
But if you did, now we're looking. I think it was. I thought I saw 100,000. Was this
100,000 instead of $1 million. Yeah. 100,000 instead of $1 million. It was never supposed to be $1 million.
We'll look through. I saw.
It was a late night the other night when I was doing that. Oh, and you know what else we're gonna do? Is on Thursday we're gonna have a raffle. We're gonna have a giveaway on Thursday.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm just looking to see if anybody asks questions.
We are gonna have a giveaway on Thursday, as promised from last month. It's all based on like watch hours, so everybody gets at least 1 entry. Those who watched more per hour get more entries. You know, if you watch like Triton watched, I think like 24 hours. Costa Mom watched like 22, 21 hours. So they'll have like 20 tickets. You know what I mean?
We did have a question.
Which was?
Wesley. I don't know if they're still here.
Who is it?
Start 2. Pittman, Woods, Robinson, or Shepard.
Ooh, wait. I'm coming back. I'm scrolling. Who asked?
Wesley Love.
Wesley Love.
And my answer would be... Look at Pittman's matchup this week.
I can't see that.
Yeah, it's a while ago. I'm back here.
Oh, okay. So they want to know to start who? Pittman?
Start 2.
Start 2 of those 3.
I'm assuming that we're talking about Allen Robinson, not the running back. We're talking because those are all receivers. So, just looking at them.
Who are the matchups? Let's see. Who are the matchups?
No.
Pittman is going against Baltimore, huh?
My answer is I don't think Sterling Shepard is playing. So Woods and Robinson.
Although he is. Answer. Sterling Shepard is listed as healthy now.
Is he?
Yeah, because I thought I just saw him.
If he's healthy, I would start Shepard and Woods, probably.
Let me see here. I thought I just saw him. So it was Pittman, Woods, or Shepard, right?
And
those were the names.
I assume Allen Robinson.
Robinson. There were 4 names?
Yes. Start 2.
So start
got offered
2.
Diggs for Debo.
Ooh. Slayton.
No, I would keep Debo. Maybe if you could make it a straight up, like maybe if you could make a package for it. Let's see.
Slayton. No. Pittman, you said, right? There was a Pittman, I thought.
Yes.
Pittman.
You're like 3 days ago over here, sir.
Yeah, I'm slow. So Michael Pittman.
Yeah, look at this.
Michael Pittman. Let's see. Oh.
Man, you're...
Good call. So, Pittman, let's see. 39 fan points. 30. So, Pittman. Nope. Robinson.
I think Brett, all the Buffalo fans would tell you to take Diggs.
I personally am a fan of Diggs.
Oh yeah, no, he's great.
So like my soul tells me to go with Diggs, but I don't know.
I think that okay. Here would be the answer. Do you need a more consistent player, or do you need a boom kind of thing? You need somebody to shoot for the fences. If you need somebody to shoot for the fences, then you want Debo. And if you want like consistently pretty good, Diggs.
Yep.
I don't see any others in here, but of course we miss those, like a bunch of clowns. I wish we could see them better. We'll get better at it.
Yes, I've been thought about getting like a TV monitor, like my spare TV I got, the 27-incher, and just setting it up and mirroring this to that.
Mm-hmm. I bet those people aren't even here anymore. Here I am answering their questions, and they're like,
"Gone, see ya."
Hi, help me now. That's why we're doing this on Tuesday. It's an unimportant day.
Yes, it is a very unimportant day. Oh, Max is going to be premiering a cover. Max, why don't you drop your link in? So, Max, he had a channel on YouTube, and he does really well. He's a nice young kid, and YouTube like banned him for like age restriction or something ridiculous. So he's had to start over again, and it is a struggle. All right. Anyways, so I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah, I see no
Good.
other questions.
And it's only going to get better. So, drop a comment below.
Yeah, I would say next time we'll tell them save your questions for the end when we're actually paying attention directly.
Yep.
Because like for us to stream and stop, it's
and
like
having to like read the chat and between that and all the games. So
yeah, I might not see your comments.
Yep.
So.
All right. So we're gonna go. Thanks for joining us. We'll see all you people on Thursday. We'll do a Tin Can Thursday. We're gonna do it here, or we're gonna do it at your house.
Well, you see, you didn't even tell me that I was necessarily doing it, but I thought.
Oh, did you know?
You
didn't know?
No.
Oh, hey, by the way, on Thursdays we do Tin Can Thursday.
Okay, but hear me out on this. You said Oktoberfest we were gonna go for snackies.
Yes, so let's go.
Snackies.
Let's pick a place.
I need snackies.
We had gone to Berkeley Beer right before Oktoberfest started.
Yo, I've never been to Berkeley Beer.
So it looks like Berkeley Beer is going to happen on Thursday for Oktoberfest. Yeah, so join us on Thursday. We'll be off-site and on a location somewhere. And maybe the producer will come. Maybe both producers will come.
I hope both producers come. And the little
influencer.
Yeah, and the little influencer.
I'm sure she'll be there too, so. Can I put some whammies on my stream? Nope. No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. Stop.
That would be. We should have some fun games. Like we should have a wheel that we spin at the end.
Well, I could put a wheel here. Some of these guys, like Triton and Sam, they have a wheel.
No, I want you to make one out
of you want like a real wheel?
I want you to make it out of like cardboard. Something ridiculous.
I don't know if I could get it.
And then we can get a whammy screen. We can get one of those puzzles that slides around. We can make it be like a whammy screen. Of course, I'd probably not be able to slide it where I want it to, but they don't need to do that.
All right. So that's coming up Thursday. That's
not on Thursday.
This is not Thursday.
That's on
but
Sunday,
coming up Thursday, you may need one of these because it's Tin Can Thursday from Berkeley Beer. We're going to do a little Oktoberfest thing. Oh, and if it's not raining out, maybe we'll get lucky and their patio will be open because they finally finished it off. And they have like some nice fire pits out there and some great tables with umbrellas. So we could sit out on the patio.
And if we don't go there, we'll definitely end up doing something.
Yes, we will be somewhere. So, bye everybody. We will see you on Thursday. You could do a criplink. Nails, plywood, ping pong balls. I like it.
Oh, yeah. Sean would be good
I
at
like
that.
it.
He likes to fire nails into things
I
that
do.
don't belong.
And I like to pull the collar back on the gun and just use it. Tap, 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 tap,
He's
tap, tap, tap.
dangerous.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
problem.
Bye, everybody. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for joining us here at the first Touchdown Tuesday.